Hello there, and welcome to another interesting presentation by the Employment Team of Multicultural Association of Fredericton. Today's topic is titled Growth Mindset. But before we go on, or before we proceed, we would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on the traditional unceded territory of the Wollastic, whose ancestors, along with Mi'kmaq and Passamaquoddy nations, signed friendship and peace treaties with the British Crown in the 1700s. Now, let's go into our presentation. Our objective for today, first and foremost, will be to understand what mindset is, why mindset is important, the types of mindset, the benefits of the growth mindset, which is today's topic, developing the growth mindset, then quotes and affirmations on growth mindset. Are you ready? Come with me. Now, what is a mindset? A mindset, according to the definition in front of us, refers to the way people see their intelligence, their abilities, and their personal qualities. In other words, a mindset is the way you see yourself, or the way you behave, the way you act, the way you perceive things are based on the kind of mindset that you have. Mindset is a set of attributes, beliefs, and perception about yourself and your life. How do you see yourself? How do you perceive things around you? It's shaped by your beliefs. That is what mindset is about. So now, why is mindset important? Why do we need to learn about mindset? Mindset is important because it shapes the whole human being. When you look at your attitude, it is based on your mindset. Your behavior is based on your mindset. Your action, the kind of actions you take, is based on your mindset. If you believe that something will work or something is possible, the way you react to it is different from when you do not believe. Even your idea of success is based on your mindset. And that is why it is very important. It has the power to impact your success. Your mindset also plays a critical role in how to cope with and overcome challenges. How you perceive things, your belief about things, your mindset actually helps you to either succeed at whatever you do or not. Now, let's look at the types of mindsets. There are two main types of mindsets: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. I'd love you to take a look at, I would like you to take a look at the pictures in the brain of both pictures in front of me. The one on the left hand side has a padlock that is locked. If you have a door in front of you and there's a padlock on that door and that padlock is locked, it means that that door is locked. It is shut. It is closed. You cannot go in. That is what a fixed mindset is like, something that is fixed and locked. And the other picture shows a plant that is blooming and is growing. And you know that when a plant begins to grow, the plant becomes better, and even if it's a fruit, it gets sweeter. So that's the picture I want you to have in your mind when you consider the types of mindset: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. So before we explain in details what a fixed mindset and what a growth mindset is, and how it affects you, I would want us to take a look at two scenarios. The first scenario in front of us is Ben. And what is it about? Ben decided to learn how to play the guitar. The first week he started playing, he was enthusiastic, he was happy to learn how to play. But after some few weeks, his progression was not as smooth as he expected it to be. He could not play the chord very well. And what happened to him? He grew frustrated and he began to complain. My fingers aren't coordinated. Some people are natural musicians, and obviously, I am not one of them. And because of this frustration and constant complaint, he got discouraged. He convinced himself that he does not have what it takes to be a musician. And because of that, he eventually stopped playing. That is a mindset at play here. Let's take a look at the second scenario. This is Cleo. Cleo also wants to learn how to play the guitar, same as Ben. She also struggled initially the same way Ben struggled. To even make matters worse, Cleo injured her fingers in the process. But what was her mindset? What was her response? What was her attitude? Instead of getting frustrated like Ben, she encouraged herself and says, "This is tough right now, but every musician started here. And with consistent practice, I can improve my coordination." So you look at these two scenarios. The first person was frustrated, then the second person encouraged herself and told herself that she believes that all musicians started at this point. Instead of giving up like Ben, she decided to continue practicing until she gets better, and she eventually got better at playing the guitar. This is just a typical example of the two mindsets at play, the fixed and the growth mindset. So, what does a fixed mindset really mean? What does it really mean? It is the belief that skills, intellect, talents are set and unchangeable. So the fixed mindset believes that you cannot change how you think, you cannot change your talent, you cannot learn a new skill, you cannot learn a new thing, that you are just the way you are. And that is why you hear some people say, if maybe you see somebody that does something and you say, "Ah, why did you do this?" The person say, "That is how I am. That is just how I am." It is because of the kind of mindset that person has. Person believes like, I cannot change because this is how I am. And that is what a fixed mindset is. So a fixed mindset believes that I'm just bad at maths and I cannot get better. A fixed mindset to look at a situation, a challenge, and says, "This is too hard. I can't do this." A fixed mindset person will say, "I made a mistake, so I give up." And a fixed mindset will always see themselves as not getting better at doing this. Just like Ben believed that it's because he does not have the musical talent, and that is why he cannot get better. Someone with a fixed mindset is always afraid to try things, to try something new, to leave their comfort zone, and they give up easily. And they always sometimes believe that my friend is better than I am. These are all examples of fixed mindset. And it shows up in the way you react to challenges, the way you respond to challenges, and the kind of statements that you make whenever you encounter any situation that is a little bit difficult or that you do not really understand. It shows up in the way you say things, the way you respond to things. A fixed mindset. Now we know what a fixed mindset is. Let's take a look at a growth mindset. The growth mindset is the belief that skills, intellect, talent can be developed through practice and perseverance. So it's the direct opposite of a fixed mindset. Where a fixed mindset says that you cannot learn new things, it's your talents are set and there is nothing you can do about it. A growth mindset is saying that there is something that can be done about it. You can develop your a new skill. You can practice and get better. Your talents can be developed. Skills can be learned. That is what a growth mindset is saying to you. And someone with a growth mindset always believes that mistakes are part of learning. They also have this mindset that they can learn from their friends or from people around them. They believe that they can get better at any kind of subject, including maths, if they keep trying. And that, like the guitar lessons, if they keep practicing, they will get better, like Cleo's example. And somebody with a growth mindset always believes that when they try